it foggy outside. All the planes have been grounded. Ain't the fire inside? Let's all go stand around it. Funny, I've been there, and you've been here. We ain't had no time to drink that beer.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sandman podcast. I am your host, Brian W. Tosh, joined as always by our resident hack checker, Oliver Fullington.
Yo.
Our producer and co-host, El Hilo del Hack, Tyler Fullington. And the man whose stories got stories, the hardcore icon. He's got 99 problems, but bananas ain't one. The Sandman. Hack, how the hell is it going today?
Dude, it's Olympic 2 weeks, you know what I mean? We're crushing everybody in medal count, even though China's got more gold than I thought that they were going to get, but their women divers are just like killing it for them. They got like 20 diving medals. China's like unbelievable. But and we just dominate. We have 3 guys in the 100-meter final, 3 guys in the 200. We got 3 guys in the 110 hurdles. We got 3 women in the 400. You know what I mean? It's great shit. And we got the best pole vaulter there is. We got the best shot putter there is. Yeah, I just love it. I love being able to wake up in the morning and just watch Olympics all day.
Yeah, the Olympics have been awesome. It's been a really great Olympics. I think Peacock's done a fantastic job of their production and watching all the different events on there. It's been really cool. I love
they got like the red zone of the
gold zone.
The gold zone. Yeah, we're currently watching as we speak.
With Chavo Guerrero this weekend too, and he's like he's like, Hack, I love it. I get up, I get coffee, and I lay in my bed, and I watch Olympics for a couple hours before he goes and golfs. He's a great golfer. Oh, man, he's got some great golf stories.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Yeah, it's super cool, and I know I'm excited. This is going to be out after the U.S. men's team plays, but we play Saturday against France for the gold medal game. Had a little bit of a scare today against Serbia. I know that was an interesting game this afternoon. Ty, any thoughts on the game?
Entertaining.
Yeah, it was a great game.
That's for sure. I mean, Serbia gave U.S. a run for their money. U.S. played a little sloppy defense in the first half, and Serbia was shooting the lights out, but it still was like a 15-point game going into the fourth quarter or so like that, and USA, LeBron, and Steph, and whoever else just said...
Embiid came up big today.
Embiid was the Jokic stopper like he usually is, so all the haters can say bye-bye. But they just... I mean, the elder statesman just basically kind of said, we ain't losing this game.
Yeah, what about that stat you had, Ollie, before the show? You talked about Embiid's record against Jokic.
9-2 overall.
All right, there we go. So.
Yeah, and Embiid's totally ducking Jokic every time he doesn't play against some like losers that say that. Like,
I'm excited for him though, because it's like, you know, being on this team with all these guys who have won so much. I'm hoping some of that dedication and work ethic rubs off on him, but just hang around him the past like 3 weeks.
Well, yeah, dude, I know Steph and like LeBron and everything had a great game, but you got those guys down on the court and they're going to Embiid for buckets down the stretch. Like, that's got to say something. Like,
well, dude, I don't know. A couple of them ones, Embiid was just like driving down there, popping a 15-footer, the 2 of them. And then he went for the slam, knocked it off his leg, but then he hit the 3 from the corner. That would have been earlier, and then that slam that he had from the baseline was nice.
Was awesome. That was a huge play for them, and that was like, you kind of felt the tide was finally shifting for the U.S. there after that basket. But I'm excited to see what happens Saturday against France. France has been playing awesome.
Dude, if we don't blow out France, I mean,
I know they've been playing great.
France has got Wemby. They've got about 9 or 8 NBA players on their team.
Yeah,
and it's international ball, man. That play actual minutes too in the NBA.
But and I'm just talking about from what I hear, like watching the shows and stuff like that. I don't know.
Listen, should we win?
Yeah.
Yes, we should win. But when you're playing an international game like these dudes
And France
play,
is in
and
their hometown. Like, it's going to
in
be
France.
rocking for them.
It's
So
like,
we got to put them away early.
It's going to be a tough
Yeah.
game.
like,
Yeah,
dude,
I don't
anything
think
can
so.
happen in that international game.
Curry's going to go for like 11 for 13 from 3.
Well, that's the thing with the USA, because it can be anybody,
It can.
any night.
They got so many
just
guys.
like, who's got the best matchup tonight, and just go with it.
Yeah.
And listen, man, freaking the first half, freaking Serbia shot 55.9% from 3. The second half, they shot 20%. They ended up at like 38.5.
That's not
That's
true.
the only reason we were down by so much.
Hashtag live.
Oh no, I was
Ollie,
going through the
pull that-
stats.
My phone won't get that.
Pull it up.
Pull it up on the computer.
I told
the
you
computer
that those
will
are
show.
exact 55% for 3 in the first half. And then it went downhill from there. They finished with 38.5 or 38.9.
I know they outscored us in the first quarter, and that was with Steph going off in the game, and then
You know, Steph had 16 of our first 20 points, didn't
yeah. Imagine
Something crazy.
Imagine if he didn't. Like they would have an even bigger hole to try to dig themselves out of. It was really cool. I was happy to see that, and it was just this U.S. men's team. If you want to go like all time guys, we'll see when the final thing happens. But on
they? They don't shoot
Saturday,
55% in the first half. They're nowhere in the game.
it could be the best Olympic team ever assembled. I mean,
Yeah,
with the talent on the team.
92.
Could this be better than the Dream Team?
Yeah, it could be.
92, obviously. But, dude, don't sleep on that 08 team, because that 08 team was
Oh, that's a stacked team.
like,
The 08 team would beat this team.
It's tough, but yeah, it's
this
was the-
team,
was
this
that,
team
uh,
is
it
probably
was Kobe.
Dude, it
Well,
was
yeah, I know.
Kobe, LeBron,
and the center was
Dwight
was
Howard.
the Admiral.
No, Robinson
Dwight
was out of the league
Howard.
by then.
Dwight
Yeah.
Howard was in his prime, 2008. Like he was in the finals against Kobe.
Yeah,
Kobe,
Melo.
LeBron, Melo,
Wade,
like
Chris
Melo,
Paul.
Wade, LeBron, Chris Paul, Bosh, all the same draft class, by the way, are in there, and like all the young bucks. But I mean, dude, that's a pretty stacked team too.
No,
Like,
I mean, look, they're all awesome. So
Yeah.
certainly excited for Saturday. Hopefully, the U.S. brings home the gold. Hack, this past weekend, man, you were in. Where were you in Ohio? Were you not? Yeah, asking you where you were.
Sandusky?
Cleveland, because Summerslam.
Oh, you were right around the Cleveland area. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. And
did you see Kevin?
Kevin,
make a
yeah,
track
did he
from
stop by?
Dayton?
Did he stop by the signings? That'd be cool. So Friday you texted
Nah,
us.
he was home alone.
Oh my God! Boo! Hiss.
That was actually pretty funny.
Friday, you text us a picture and then a video of you and Paul White, the Big Show, and it's up on our Instagram right now. And it's a story he was telling about you knocking up on his trailer, and you gave him the
No. The story was he said Hack never goes to my trailer, which that's a story in its own because I was there once and it was me, him, it was me, Van Dam, Sabu. The only time I wrestled the show for the ECW title in WWF.
Okay.
But I knocked on his door and because dude, back then the show had his own shit.
He was traveling through in an RV.
Yeah,
Town to
because
town.
he ain't fitting on a plane,
Yeah.
and you can't put him on a small private jet because he's so fat and he sits on one side of it. It's like you got to have a cow on one side. There's a two-seater jet. There's a small cow on one side and the show on the other side. So you can't fly that small stuff. So he mad and busted, literally.
Mad at
But
us.
you
That's
gotta
a great way to
understand
put
Dude,
it.
I've seen the RV. The thing was legit.
Yeah,
Like,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
But he said you knocked up and you gave him a book.
Yeah.
And you gave him the 48 Laws of Power. And we have it up on our Instagram, and it's a video where he's talking about like reading the book for the first time and taking away all the lessons from it and saying like,
It's still in his right brain, he goes. And then I kind of talk over him a little bit. And the next thing he says is, if you want to know how to run the WWF, you read this book. Because this is exactly how it works.
and it's all about like I know you said you gave it to all your sons and everything, and you guys have since read the book too. And it's like all about like life lessons about just like
Well, it's more how to stay alive in King Arthur's time. dude, you're the king in the court. If you're the court jester, there's certain jokes that you can do and certain shit that the king will just be like, off with his freaking head. You know what I mean? So everybody was on like tippy toes if you think about it, because the king would literally just go, done with you. You're going into prison down in the dungeon, and you'll be there until he dies or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about being in a king's court and how you really got to measure and listen.
Well, that and basically being able to find everybody's why or everybody's what drives
What's
them,
their motivation?
what they like, what and how can you do that?
Use their weaknesses against them.
Right, and basically it's a book on manipulation, but there ain't no way that you're getting through the world without some sort of manipulation. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's good or
rooms,
bad,
leveraging things,
right?
and,
Or else people are also gonna walk all over you too. You know, it's not about like going after people. It's also about defending yourself in a situation where it's like, am I being like used for something or this, that, and the other? So it's all up and down, and it's up to everybody's interpretation.
Politicians, every single politician that I've ever read anything about his autobiography, because I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'll go into the cliff notes and stuff like that. You know what I mean? All of them. All the richest guys on the planet, every single one of them, this is freaking in their books of resume, and it will say, dude, you need to read this shit.
Yeah, no, it's pretty interesting, and it was really cool.
The book's crazy, and it will never change. It will never change. The philosophy of it, the dynamics of it will never change because life ain't changing.
Yeah. No, it's pretty interesting stuff, and I loved seeing, anytime I see you around wrestlers.
All right, hold on. So a lot of people got to understand. So the big guy Chris that's with me, he was a pro football player and stuff like that. I'm like, and I found out, I'm like, wait, the show's here? So he was like 100 yards away from me because I was in this big like flea market, like an indoor flea market.
So would it take you like 3.5 days to get to him?
Oh, dude, I got this dude. I kicked him out of his wheelchair, and I'm like, sit here for a second. Chris, push me down here. And I'm telling him, I'm like, dude, you got to understand how close me and the show are. And he's like, why? I'm like, because he used to bounce at a club with the pit bulls that we used to go to. And he asked me at one point if I could train him, and I'm like, dude, I'm on the road all the time. I can't train you. But within a year, Victor Quinones had him and had started him in the business. So me and the show go back to like literally the early 90s.
Yeah, man, that's so cool. And obviously the show got like an immediate head start. Hogan saw him and immediately fast-tracked him up the cards. Immediately started in a pro. I think he won the world title in his first match.
I mean, look at him. How could you not? You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
He's got 2 new hips, because obviously you guys
Especially in the
just saw
early
a little
90s,
blur.
you're right, $1 million.
Yeah.
But he's
Yeah,
got
he was
2
lean.
new hips. He's got 2 new knees. He's weighing about. All right, I think he lied to me when he said 550. I mean, honestly, dude, just look at his head. His head's like 2.5 size at the times of my head. I mean, dude, he might be weighing 6. He's a big dude, and I was like, dude, lose some weight.
He's a big dude, and I mean, I think the last time he worked was like a multi-man match in AW, maybe 1.5 years or so ago.
Something like that.
And he took that bump on the car, I remember, and I was like, oh, God.
Oh, I do kind of, and it was the shits, the bump, wasn't it? It didn't
just
break the windshield
You should
or
have brought
something.
that up to him if you only remember.
That's cool, though. I always love how, like, anytime I see wrestlers and you interact, man, it's always cool because in the business, everybody, it seems like you know everybody, and everybody's
People
a fan
you
of
would never expect. They're like,
Yeah.
Like when Lita runs to come up to me when we pulled into the ECW arena, we were getting out of our cars together. She came scurrying right around the other car to give me a hug.
what's up? Yeah.
Big show. That's what Chris said to me. He goes, after we got done talking, we were walking back. And he goes, you're right. The dude's face lit up totally when he realized it was you.
Yeah, no, I saw it a little bit at WrestleMania weekend with just like some of the people where you'd be like, wow, how do they know how?
dude.
I mean, they do.
Yeah,
It's like,
well, just because you don't have an agenda, and
Right.
you're like,
They could believe the words that I was saying.
right. You're not using the 48 laws of power on them.
Nothing. I'm just not. I don't need to.
yeah.
Right.
Dude, I hated that shit.
I was like, listen, I'm not coming for your belt. I'm more over than you, so you can beat me. This is how, like...
Yeah, you weren't playing the politics game.
Right.
You were the jester.
Right. It's like, listen,
Right.
whatever.
Dude, the drunken court jester.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have ended up like that until Kevin Sullivan said, kid, every promoter will love you. You can lose every night of the week and get over more than the dude that you're wrestling. And then if Kevin's telling me that, I'm getting goosebumps right now. If Kevin's telling me that, I know I'm over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't got to play the politics. I'm over. I'll get my spot without having to get in somebody's ear.
Yeah, but it's like, so you didn't play the politics, but you still understood them.
yeah.
And I have a lot to talk about the politics with SummerSlam here. So this
There we
past
go.
weekend, we watched SummerSlam.
Ty was so, I got to put him over right away. Dude, Ty has been so on it since our last show. It seemed like he was calling freaking everything.
Well, we did some predictions before the show. You were 1 for 3 or 2 for 3.
I was 1 for 3, but the most obvious.
I nailed my prediction, which I said, why are you laughing? I did. And Ty, you nailed your prediction too. So me and Ty know the
I
business.
nailed mine.
You did? You said Roman
you
was
only
coming
have
back?
one?
No, I said Roman was coming back, and I said Gunther was winning.
Oh, you did? Yes, you did say
Okay.
that too.
All right,
So-
what did you actually say?
I said LA Knight was beating Logan Paul.
And I said Dom was going to turn on Mommy.
I feel like we, as a whole, we had
did
a pretty
pretty
good
good.
grasp on the
I thought
shows.
that Dom, and I'm so stupid because I watched it again today. Dom, like, I don't know. To me, in my brain, I'm like, all right, yeah, it's smart enough to be a ruse, but I didn't think they were going to blow up that whole faction fucking that night to bring in the new faction of Bray's guys or whatever.
I kind of did.
It was
Yeah.
kind. I mean, it was kind of
Yeah, you
trending.
guys saw it coming.
Yeah,
It was
Yeah.
kind of
I saw it
trending
coming.
that way.
Yeah, you might have called it.
Because I said the Finn Balor turn was coming before the
that
show
was it?
started.
Okay, yeah. Ty called that too.
No, I
No,
didn't
that
call
was
that.
me that
Oliver
called
called
that.
So
Yeah, I
let's,
didn't call that.
the show was from Cleveland Brown Stadium. They had a big house of 50-some thousand people there.
A lot of
So
sports
they
seats.
said. I don't know. Did you see the
There was a
things
lot
where there was
of
a lot
orange seats up in the fucking upper
There,
deck.
there were a lot of tarps and stuff. I don't
Yeah.
think it was a sold out.
Yeah, from what I
But
saw,
still,
but
50,000
Well,
house is a crazy house.
Yeah.
Like that's an
if
amazing
it's
house.
what they said.
Well, people had told me last weekend that in the upper level they had literally bought. If I was there I was there 2 nights before the event.
Okay.
And
You're there
it's-
one night before.
Yeah, whatever. But some people had just bought their tickets like a couple days before for $66 in the upper level.
Yeah, I mean it's not. It's,
And the most I heard was 4,000 like ringside.
man, imagine paying $4,000 for this show.
I ask every single person.
Yeah, no, thank you. But the show started off with Liv Morgan taking on Rhea Ripley.
Great opening.
I really, the work in this wasn't great, but I thought that the story and everything that this was, and it was all about the story here, and the heat was there. They were certainly into Rhea. They did a lot of work on her shoulder, and then. Yeah, I know they did the spot where she kind of like popped it back in. That was kind of interesting.
Which I don't really like
loved
it.
it.
You like the spot, Hack?
I didn't like it the second time. I loved it the first time because I'm old enough to bring back the Mel Gibson movie that he's in, and he blows out his shoulder and he slams it against the wall or something.
I can get
So
with it
brought
the first
back old
time, like you,
memories
but
for me
the
for
second time is where it's like,
And I'm like, and on the ring, and on the ring, what's it called?
Yeah, I know.
Turnbuckle.
Yeah, the turnbuckle.
Yeah.
The other thing, I guess, with the turn of Dom, did you guys kind of think like, during the match, he kind of saved her from a dive at one point, and it's like, if you're going to turn on her, why did you save Rhea there? Like a little nitpicky thing for there. I don't know.
No, I hear you.
Yes,
Do you know what I mean?
I see what you're saying, but I'm not shocked by
It's wrestling.
that. Yeah,
I know.
I'm not. Well, they're not that good at it. WWE's not that good at that.
Yeah, like to me, it's like if you're going to turn on her, why help her at any point
Well,
in the
the
match?
thing was, the girl was late.
Yeah. Okay.
The girl was late. Because you can see Mommy and him talking. They said it, and they went to reiterate what they were saying because the girl should have came. To
Yeah.
me, she was probably because you can't see her in the frame. You know what I mean? Because they're just showing those two. But she was dead. To me, 2-3 seconds late.
Okay. And, they go to the finish with the whole thing with Dom on the apron, and then he's kind of not really doing it. You're not really sure if is it playing off the time when, she lost the belt to her originally.
Are you talking about when he stops her from hitting her with the chair?
Yes.
Okay.
At that point, you're not 100% if he's turning or not. So I did.
That's where you're supposed to be.
Right, I like that.
That's exactly where you're supposed to be. That's good shit.
It's getting you there, and then when he actually does it, how did you guys feel about the actual execution of the turn, Ollie?
I don't know. I mean, I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it either. I mean, I guess the ending of it was good, like him picking her up and kissing her and whatever, because you got that big reaction from the crowd, which is obviously what you want when something like that happens. So I guess, they got what they wanted out of it, but I think it could have been maybe a little bit better, or they could have found a way to make it even more surprising.
Yes. I think there's other ways you could have done it to get the pop there.
Not if you're just starting a freaking angle. This could work easily to WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
No.
they didn't have to do anything more than exactly what they just did to me. I thought it was perfect.
Yeah, and it just makes sense, though, because, Rhea is clearly a face now, and Dom is clearly not a face. To even call it a turn...
He might even be more heel than he was already.
Oh,
heel.
he absolutely is. He's got more heat on him. He didn't even turn. He just kind of got more heat.
Exactly.
He stayed himself.
Right.
Turned on his dad, turned on her, turned on whoever else it was.
I'll tell you what, though, the accuracy on his chair throw on the finish was flawless.
It was.
I don't even think Liv moved it. He tossed it and it was right in position and then hit the finish and that was it. I was like, all right.
Hey, dude, that brings me to another point, dude. Mommy bumped her ass off fucking for those last 3 big spots that she took.
She always takes a DDT
with great facials.
Great sell.
And her facials are freaking great, dude.
Yeah.
Her face at the end of the match was great because it's she's almost crying, but she's so mad that she can't cry, and it's she did a good job. And it's smart by her because she's so strong that you should be having to kill her in order to beat her. So that's why she makes the shit against her look so good, and that's why she's,
All right, that'll be a point later.
Yeah, no, I thought it would look, man, for an opener and everything, really awesome stuff. It wasn't the greatest match, but the story of it and everything, I really enjoyed it. I think it got the show off to a really good start. So,
dude, I'm going to tell you, that's a 4 easily to me as an opening match with those two. All right, maybe a point, 1.25 could be angle. You know what I mean? But I like the way it went down.
I'm going 3 for it. But as an angle and everything, I thought it was money in business. So I'll go 3 stars for it.
I'm going 3.5. Solid 3.5.
Yeah,
I would say 3.5. The only thing I would say about the shoulder pop out situation is that I'm starting to feel that WWE's not able to create. They're using too many other things in their matches to where that's becoming more important than the match itself, and maybe that's just me.
Elaborate on that. What do you mean?
You Liv and Rhea could have had a great match without the shoulder thing.
Okay.
I feel like there's, and it's kind of like a theory almost in the show, and I know it's half story, half mat, but I feel that when I watch an AEW match, it's the match, and it's not leaning on the crutch of the injury. Yeah, I know storytelling is a part of wrestling, but I felt like they leaned a little bit too much in that on the show.
I think in general on this show,
and it could have been more of a good match and a dumb fuck over on Rhea.
I think in general on this show, and it's one thing I'll take note of too as we go along with this show. there was way too many spots where people got posted and shoulder selling on this show. There was probably 5 matches at least. You got that in your notes, Hack? Nice. There we go. There was probably 5 matches on the show.
And
there was
maybe
only
that's
7
why
matches.
I felt like that, like subconsciously watching that. Like I'm just like
To me, and the next match is one of them. Braun and Sammy is one of them too. It's like, are these agents not talking to each other throughout the show?
we brought it up. I brought it up during the show. I'm like, why is everybody?
Because everybody was fucking selling their leg the pay-per-view before and then turning around and kicking the fucking leg everywhere. Nobody sold a fucking leg.
So maybe that's why,
was
like,
shoulder.
maybe
It was
that's why
all arm, this fucking
Why,
paper.
though? But-
okay. Yeah, all right, I got another point. But yes,
Alright,
it was
so maybe
all
that's
arm.
why subconsciously I'm like thinking that in my head, and I couldn't really get to the point.
Hack,
But
can you talk to me about that? Like, okay, when an agent, I know they have different agents for each matches. Are those agents then going and having a meeting and saying, "Yo, this is what we're doing in our match"? Pre-show, like, what's the breakdown of that?
Well, yeah,
They should be, right?
Because your agent's going to be set, like, because your agent's your guy that, like, all right, if he's Johnny Ace, let's say, and he's different with working with me than like a Dean Malenko was working with me or an Arn Anderson working with me, Johnny would never told me a spot to do ever.
I was just gonna ask.
Johnny's like, yo, Hack, what are you doing? And he wants to write down like times and shit like that because 90% of the time you're getting 8 minutes to start, but you might be at 4.5 by the time you get the freak out there and do it. So he's the one that'll coordinate with you with that. You know what I'm saying? So he'll be in the earpiece, like not so much Kevin, but he'll be in the earpiece, you know, and like with like times and shit like that. You know what I mean?
So do you think like people working like the same body part is people not watching other people's matches, or is it people
yes,
not
there's
caring?
definitely a miscommunication there. I mean, why did somebody work a rib?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why did somebody work a lower back? Why
Yeah.
did somebody work a neck?
Right. There's enough body
There's
parts to
so
work.
many things that you could do, but there was obviously a fucking miscommunication in between fucking. I don't know. I assume that every match still has the agent, but you also have to assume that some agents are like, yeah, okay, do whatever you want to do. I got a job.
relive, or you really?
I got a job.
I mean,
Yeah, like, so how much work is the agent actually doing and helping?
Nothing.
They're just there, like, collecting a check? Like,
Well, to
like,
me, all they would give me was bad advice, except Johnny Ace. Every single one of them, I told Johnny, I said, listen, I cannot work with this dude anymore. He goes, okay, you're done working with him.
who was that agent you had issue with?
It was either Arn or, I always forget this guy's name, Jimmy, not Snuka, who's the other dude? Sells his back like the greatest thing ever.
Jeez,
Fired me.
fired you?
Jimmy,
Man, why am I drawing a blank here? We'll have to do a
I
fact
don't
check
know,
into this.
but those guys are like telling me to do a spot that I've never done in my life. I'm like, dude, have you ever seen me work?
What spot was it?
And I would never do it.
What spot was it? What did they want you to do?
Anything.
Oh.
Like stupid shit. I'm like, and I'm not saying anything when they're like, hey, throw this in. I'm like, yeah, okay. And that's why I never, after my match, the agent would always be there. Like, the agent and Vince McMahon. When you walk back up the tunnel, fucking Vince McMahon is 10 feet in gorilla on the other side. So if you've screwed up or you've done decent, you know it literally right away.
Instant feedback.
I did that once. I walked through and the agent tried to take credit for what I did when he told me to do this other shit and I didn't do one thing. I said, forget it, I'm never going back through Gorilla again. And then I would always peel off to the side of the ramp. I would always know before the show. I went through Gorilla once there in my whole life.
You just didn't want to deal with that whole, like, judgment of in front of the...
I'm not letting you get yourself over for what I just did in the ring.
Yeah.
When you're telling me total bullshit.
Man.
No.
And that's the politics of wrestling,
That's
ladies
the
and
politics.
gentlemen.
Yeah.
Stay away from it.
Yeah.
Chapter 34.
Yeah, there you go.
Never go through Gorilla.
What law of power was that?
Dude, I guess it kind of is.
Law number
There's
124.
and then if you're getting buried, they're gonna be like, he's right. You know what I mean? You know how they're politicians.
No.
They're getting paid back then. It was like 150.
I tried telling
They're
him.
making
Yeah,
like
he doesn't
3 Gs
listen
a
to
week.
that.
Exactly. But Vince is smart. He knows.
Oh,
You know
man.
what I mean?
I love the cutthroatness of this stuff. It's
But
very
Johnny
interesting.
helped me out a lot.
Yeah,
Johnny helped me out so
I
much.
used to that. Up next on the show was Sami Zayn taking on Braun Breaker. This wasn't really that long, and it was pretty much,
Because it was a stomp match.
yeah, it wasn't quite a squash, but it was. How long did this go, Ollie? Was this
12.
No, it was less than 10. It got-
5 minutes and
Yeah.
42 seconds.
I mean, I don't know. It wasn't really a whole lot. I did enjoy some of the spots in the match. Braun hit him with like a really big spear.
The only thing about it to me is that I'm okay with Braun winning and winning in sort of a dominant fashion, but the week before you just had a knockdown drag out
50-50 match.
and now you're coming out and Braun's just killing him. I would have liked to see it go maybe 5 minutes more,
Yeah,
something like that, just to give Sammy a little more, because that's quick, man, and especially for Sammy, like having the championship for that long, and the kind of matches that he's had with it.
Yeah, I don't think Sammy's hurt by the loss in any way. Like, he's still going to be super over and everything. I don't think he's hurt one bit by this loss at all.
If I'm Sammy.
No, but now Braun Breaker's got to prove them right.
Yeah, he absolutely does now.
But yeah, well, and there's a couple things here. Now, Braun Breaker, why the hell did it take him 2 spears to beat Sami Zayn?
No, because
You will never see Braun Breaker have to do that again. And I'm also going to I'll go back to the mommy finish. Why did she have to take 2 of those DDTs onto a chair? Why does Braun Breaker have to give him 2? Because this is Vince. He did this. Me and Mike Knox. I forget who the agent was, and Vince just goes, "All right, what are you guys doing?" And the guy's like, "Well, yeah, he's going to hit him with a ball shot, which is Knox hitting me." And Vince goes, "No, that's not good enough. Hit him with 2 ball shots." So to me, and then in the Bailey also, she's got to take 2 of those ass drops. So it's like they're trying to keep people strong, you know what I mean? But so then let Breaker win with 1 freaking spear.
then he stands out.
Yeah, let Bailey lose to 1 freaking, and it was actually her 3rd. They did one before,
That
then
she
went
kicked
5
out of.
more minutes afterwards.
Yeah, it's
Cody, 9 Crossroads.
Well,
Yeah, I think I was getting there.
Yeah,
I
the
think
whole thing.
Yeah.
Nobody wins on one finish.
Yeah, the finisher spamming, I guess, is what you can call it, where you do multiple finishers. It's like, it's kind of just what they do now. I know what you're saying. You stand out. You
It's
stand.
bad when everybody's doing it. That's
Right.
the thing. 5 out of 7 matches, whatever. It's bad when every match is doing it.
If it's one and it's putting down, like, if it's like Bailey doing a multiple finishers to put down Nia.
Bailey cannot get hurt at all by losing by 1.
Exactly. You make a great point.
Right.
Sammy
You know what I mean?
cannot get hurt by losing by 1.
Right.
And it was the other one. Mommy, she didn't.
Well, yeah.
Neither one of them
Like,
can get hurt with a loss.
I'm fine with like Solo eating multiple finishers to take him down, where it's like a big kind guy, like a monster guy, it protects him a little bit, because then you can go like, oh well, it took him 4 crossroads to be beat.
big.
No, I know. We'll
He's
get to more of that later. But
5'4".
no, I know. We'll get to that more. I'm saying being portrayed as a monster
Yes,
versus
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, I got your point. but, yeah.
Braun, what did you think of his performance though, Hack? Here, like it's a big show. Braun Breaker.
I was actually pleased a little bit, but there's also, but he's in there with Sammy, and you guys know I hated Sammy, but I only hated Sammy because I didn't see him as a champion. I didn't say the guy couldn't work his freaking ass off with anybody on the planet. So I'm figuring the match is going to be half decent, you know what I'm saying? But at least 2 different distinct times that I caught Breaker absolutely lost in the match.
What were they?
One, he had I got a note. He had Sammy up against the ropes. Sammy's like going to put his arm back, and Breaker just puts his head down right in his chest, and just goes like this for like 10 seconds while Sammy's calling a spot. I can't remember the other one, but yeah, there was 2 distinct times where the kid did do something, nail
Right.
Don't just he bury his head in his chest and like flailed at him like Joe Gerner.
Well, that's Sammy walking him through the match, and he's waiting for the next call, and he's not in the match. You know, he's thinking he's not in the match. He's not. Yeah.
Absolutely, I agree, and maybe that's my part of the reason why it could be 5 minutes also.
Yeah.
And if I'm Sammy, if I can't get hurt, I want to lose in 5 minutes. I don't want to go lose in 37 minutes to Van Dam or Sabu. Dude, beat me in 13 seconds, please. Please, I don't care. You can't hurt me.
Yeah. No, well, I mean, like, they only went 5 minutes. The match was just okay. It's a big win for Braun on a big show.
Yeah, we'll see what he does.
We'll see what he does now, because he's getting the push.
Well, see, they're going to protect him, and you notice that they set up for next Monday night a 2 out of 3 with those two.
Yes.
So they're probably going to interject somebody else into there, I would think.
For the finish of that.
It's something, yeah, but I don't know, dude.
I think
I've
Sammy
proven
might...
to myself I can't book shit. I had one thing right.
Well,
And I forgot about that when we watched Raw, that they just set him up for a 2 out of 3 falls. So you have him do a banger, long ass match. Sammy wins. You have a short 5-minute match. Braun Breaker wins, and then you set him up for a 2 out of 3 falls, which is probably going to be another 30-minute match.
Easy.
This whole fucking 0. The whole situation is a -8 in my. This whole situation
I love
is
it
a
if Braun
negative
beats him
fucking
too
8.
straight.
Nah, they've done that too many times now.
Never.
He should beat him 2 straight in 30 seconds.
Yeah, well, I was saying a couple minutes.
Yes, if this is the route that you were going to go with,
Hurt him with the first one.
You should fucking decapitate him, annihilate him. Sammy's got to get carted off in a fucking a gurney. That's what it should be.
I think Sammy and Uso are going to switch back to SmackDown, and I think you're going to get
Either way. The
more
only way
technical.
that they could salvage this,
bloodline.
in my eyes, for me, is Braun Breaker completely annihilating Sammy in that match in like under a minute.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, I think it's okay, and I don't know if he's really getting the rocket on him. We'll see.
Oh, well, no, dude. He's getting the freaking rocket shot up his ass. Who's his next opponent?
Right. I don't know. Is it?
Anybody got an idea?
I mean,
I haven't seen
Bronson
no
Reed
shit.
after what he did to Rollins, maybe. I mean, but I think that's a program.
But if Bronson Reed's doing that to Rollins, why would he go after the Intercontinental Championship
Right.
and not the heavyweight?
Right, or not go after Rollins immediately.
No, I already got plans for Bronson Reed. You guys.
I know. What did you say the other night?
We'll talk about. I'll bring that up.
All right. So up next on the show was Logan Paul and LA Knight. There was look, this match was. Actually, we didn't do our
The match
stars.
was good.
Hold on, we didn't do our stars for the last match. I'll go 2 stars for Sammy and Braun.
-8.
I'm going to 1.
Yeah, it's
I
just-
got a 5-minute.
Yeah, it
It's
wasn't
just
really
not
much.
long enough.
Yeah, 2.5.
2.5. Okay. So up next was Logan Paul and LA Knight. I thought that this was really good. Obviously, Logan Paul just continues his work. Really
Ty
impressive.
called this one too.
Yeah, he did. He definitely did. And I think this was a big moment for LA Knight on a big show, and I think it was the right time to change the title here. And also, beating a guy who, even though he's had a short number of matches, Logan Paul's been protected. He hasn't really jobbed a whole lot. He lost to Roman and Cody. Other than that, I don't think he's lost.
Well, yeah, I know, but you're not being protected. The dude can flat out
Well,
work.
they said it. Yeah.
To me, he's not being protected. All right, he's got other shit to do because he's the media sensation dude.
They said
and
he
all
only
that.
defended the belt 3 times, and I don't know what his
How many
rank.
did Roman defend in a year?
No. I'm not defending it. Like,
Right.
I'm just saying.
Well, but-
I'm just throwing
yeah.
a stat out there. But what was I going to say? He defended it 3 times, which I don't even know how long his reign was. Was it more than a year?
I think it was like 6 months, maybe.
It was a while.
Oh no, he's had it longer than 6 months because I can't remember him winning it. So it has
It
to
wasn't
be winning
WrestleMania,
it.
right?
And he's using
won it-
knuckles like
he won
3
it off
times.
of Ray, correct?
He did beat it off of Ray, and it was at Crown Jewel 2023.
Which was what, like September, November,
was November.
or something like that. November.
273 days.
Yeah, he had a long run with
Okay,
it.
so
call.
so close to a year, and he defended it 3 times, which I don't care because he's that. I mean, it's the United States Championship. It's not your heavyweight championship. So
Right.
and he's over as is, and
It was good by them too, losing in his hometown.
Yeah, and he did the weird stuff, and we'll get into this
Because
later.
that's big that's just making the win bigger for LA Knight. Him losing in his hometown.
and honestly, he was getting booed in his hometown. Like
He was.
Getting booed.
He was
in his
LA Knight.
hometown.
I know, which was
So, like-
honestly kind of a surprise to me.
Well,
I don't know about you guys,
he's just a
but-
heel. Like he's just a heel. Like
All right.
Even though, still, a town like Cleveland, I think they would be behind their heel guy.
I know, but they just hate. Everybody hates
We
the
would
Pauls.
be. We would be behind our heel guy here.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
You know, like,
but dude, the Pauls got like different vitriol hate.
Yeah,
I guess
Both
so.
of them. Like for whatever. Like they just got
he did.
like vitriol hate for both of them.
I really love the. I don't even know what you would call it. I guess like it's kind of like a Sabu kind of thing where you like
The top rope spot when he jumped from the second rope to the top rope.
head to the outside on him.
That's my next
I
fucking
mean,
note.
springboard-
Me and
the
you are
springboard
always
backflip?
got the same
It
shit.
was, yeah, it
The
was,
springboard
it was
backflip?
so
Yeah.
like, and if you just look at the way he was like just in
Dude,
the air,
yeah, it was
and
flawless.
He posted, I think I saw on social this week of like a side by side of him training for that cut to the spot.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, this guy is just so athletic, like doing that, and
Dude, the more
dude,
impressive
that's
one.
hard.
yeah.
No,
What he just did is hard. Like,
all right.
that ain't easy.
I don't want to miss this. The slingshot missed the moonsault totally. He missed Logan so bad when Logan did his
catch him?
moonsault outside.
Yeah.
That you see him scurrying right over there and ask him,
What?
dude, you good?
I thought he hit his head on the back of the floor there. A little
I
bit.
don't know. Well, dude, you got to get a step back. You just have to be a step back farther.
I don't know if it was that or the top rope. What was it? A top rope brainbuster, like a whatever,
Oh my God! When he
Yeah, it was
dropped him
supposed to
on
be
his
right
head.
on his head.
It's supposed to be a superplex, but
Dude, it looked like a brainbuster, man. Like,
And that's
Logan
Logan's
didn't-
fault.
Logan didn't get his feet all the
Logan
way
didn't
over.
get over.
That's
yeah.
Logan's job on that spot, dude.
Yeah.
That
To
is
get
not
over.
LA Knights. Yes, you throw
He had
your
to get
shit
his
out
feet
there.
up and then.
Because the worst
like-
going to land on your ass instead of landing on your head.
yeah, well, he took a nasty bump on that one. They did the spot with the knuckles, and then for the near fall. And I feel like the ref was like a little late on the count there. Like he was holding up for the 2 count. It was kind of weird. I don't know if you guys remember that spot.
No, I haven't.
really
I remember the spot,
You
but I
have it?
don't remember the ref
Me either.
interaction.
Wait, oh no, are you talking about not the knuckles yet? Are you talking about when
He
he
hit the
hit with the
knockout
right
punch.
hand
Yeah, the
and then
knockout
LA
punch.
Knight's legs
Yeah.
fucking well? Great sell.
Awesome sell.
Unbelievable
I feel
sell.
like-
That's what you're talking about.
I feel like the ref was a little late on that, holding up or whatever. They did some brawling on the floor, and then
And then the worst spot of the night came.
Machine Gun Kelly with the knuckles.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about, Hack?
Okay, dude. You're getting hit with brass knuckles. Okay, here's the deal. Okay, you could scout a guy's finish and then come up with something out of that. Dude, he no-sold the brass knuckles 100% through the time. He never sold the brass knuckles. How can you not do that?
I don't know. Especially because you've been
Did you
protecting
guys
them.
feel that way?
Yeah, I mean,
he
like-
didn't sell them at all.
Yeah, he took it and then
At all.
just
Not
then he,
even at the end. He wasn't even going like this.
And then he hit
was
the-
standing there with these big wide eyes.
and then he hit the BFT for the finish and won
Yeah,
the
dude,
title.
you got to sell brass knuckles.
I don't know.
Somehow.
I think they played. It was a stupid spot for the brass knuckles, because usually when he uses the brass knuckles, it's for that big fucking haymaker punch. But he had him in that sort of like headlock where LA Knights like lifted him up, and he kind of gave him like a little like underhook like jab. I wish you guys could see what I'm
Yeah.
saying. It wasn't like a wind up like.
It wasn't the knockout punch,
Right,
but
it was kind of like a.
I thought
like
he hit
a
him in the
little,
dick at first.
yeah, it was like a little, like underneath his like armpit.
Well, that's the
kinda
whole
head.
reason why they have that change. So the upper people in the audience, they might not see the brass knuckles, but they see the chain dangling. You know what I mean?
That's just why I think it wasn't sold as much as like the haymaker brass knuckle
No,
punch.
gotta
Like, it
sell
was-
brass knuckles.
Nah, I'm
yeah.
no selling that shit.
and that was the finish. It did get a big reaction, and LA Knight certainly.
It was the
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
I
the
mean,
right move, because if LA Knight doesn't win that, there's no.
He looks
he's
like a
done.
chump.
He's done.
I think his career is over.
I said he was done. If he didn't
Oh,
win
if
that,
he didn't
was
win.
like he was done. You don't go anywhere.
He's
He's been in so many big matches, like stipulation matches, championship like That's it. Like
He's a little
his
dead in
shit-
the water if he didn't
like
win
that
something.
Shit would be done.
He's been dead in the water since. Remember when he came out with? He came out of the audience with him and AJ Styles a couple months ago, and then all that shit changed once Rock wanted to do this, and then they changed it, and then him and AJ Styles get lost in the mix outside of that. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, he was so fucking hot. You know what I'm saying? And they kind of missed that opportunity a little bit. And then, like, each time it was like, another rung lower, another rung lower, another rung lower, another rung lower. Like, and I felt like after this one, it's like, was he just going to be that dude that was like, LA Knight, yeah. And, like, that was it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
The
that was-
dude can work.
I think he could also
I know, but it was running out, I
By
think.
me watching, you won the spot where he had him up, the one where he dropped him on his head. Dude, that ain't easy, being to run across the ring and jump to the top rope like that. I don't even think I tried it. I probably would have been able to do it with practice or ever. But that top rope's pretty high, dude. And he was just like a cat. Boom, boom, boom.
Oh, he can work it.
Yeah.
I'm
That
happy.
was
I'm happy
totally
he won.
impressive.
I feel like it was the right thing. I was scared that he was going to lose, and like that was just going to be it.
No, it's certainly an interesting time for him, and I'm
So
And he's
where's
a great,
he
he's a
go?
great mouthpiece as like a U.S.
Yeah.
like champion
Oh, yeah.
for
He can
like to
promo.
be.
Perfect.
So where's he
so it's
going?
like,
he's staying on SmackDown. He's going to be
No, but I mean, anybody,
who's
somebody
next for
call
Disneyland?
something. Somebody be a booker.
Give me-
What's he doing?
This is what
Who's
you
he
were
got history
asking.
with?
Give me
When Hack
Styles,
said, Hack,
give me Andrade, give me Carmelo, give me one of those guys.
so
and him.
we were watching it. LA Knight won, and Hack asked both me and Oliver, "Who's beating LA Knight for the U.S. Championship?"
Andrade, I'll go your
And
boy.
Oliver, who did you say?
I said Otis.
Oh yeah,
that's
he
right,
did say
he did.
Otis. And that's
they
when,
Which I did on the same show.
Totally.
No, I couldn't
can
put-
see that shit.
and that's when I said Bronson Reed. I feel like it is a.
He's on
is-
Raw though.
This was before
yeah.
When's
the
the
whole
draft?
Bronson Reed
They
Seth
just had
thing
it.
that they.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they
I
can move
mean-
some guys around. Who knows? But
Right, but this was before the whole Seth thing that happened
Yeah.
on Monday night, and I was like, Bronson Reed's taking that.
this
title.
match, I would give it about 2.5, 3 stars. It wasn't as good as some of the other Logan Paul matches we've seen, but it's got a
Yeah,
big
'cause
reaction.
he's a flyer and shit.
Yeah,
but,
I don't know.
And also,
He's
LA
still-
Knight, literally, to me, he was calling the whole thing. Every time when you see a guy like his the middle of his forearm right up in his mouth, he's talking to the other dude. He's talking to the ref. LA Knight was called that whole thing. It seemed to me like Logan Paul wasn't totally on his game, but I don't know. He looked like he'd been up to me for a couple days, honestly.
Okay, well, if anyone would know about that, attack.
Well, they probably knew he
No,
was
I'm just
losing.
saying he didn't
Little
have
boo
that
face?
the energy that dude brings. You know what I'm saying? He would do a big spot, but he didn't have that.
That's a good point.
Something
Yeah.
with
Maybe that
this-
was the crowd not being behind him or something. Who knows?
Yeah, like-
Oh, maybe that messed with his head. He goes, "Well, why do it if they're good? Well, you doing something, boo you louder."
Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, this match,
But him being so naive and
Makes
so
sense.
young in the business,
Absolutely.
it's not like, oh, all right,
He was
if you're going
expecting
to
to be
boo me,
cheered
all right,
and
I'll
then-
turn it
yeah.
up to here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
what do I
saying?
give it, Ollie? A star rating. I go 2.5, 3.
I'm going to say 2.5.
I give it a 3.25.
All right,
Yeah, I'd say
3.25.
3.
All right. Up next on the show was Bailey and Nia
Only because I
Jax.
hated the finish.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, the finish wasn't
That
good.
takes a lot, dude.
Yeah, the finish wasn't the good. I agree. It wasn't a good finish. Bailey and Nia Jax. So this story, Bailey's had the belt since Mania. You've seen a lot of people who've had belts for long reigns, and this is kind of like, this is the next show leading into like the big season, kind of getting you to the fall and then taking you to Mania. And Bailey's had a long title run. Nia Jax won the Queen of the Ring. It just kind of makes sense for
I
the
think it
title
was
change.
the perfect time to put it on Nia Jax, especially with Becky not being in the picture and Charlotte also being away too. So it's like, all right, if we're going to put the belt on Nia, we're going to do it now.
Yeah.
While those two are out of the picture, and we can get away with that.
Yeah, no, I really thought it was just okay of a match. How long did they go here? About 15 minutes or so? They
It
went a little
was
long, I
12
thought.
minutes, 33 seconds.
Okay, so a little shorter than I actually thought. They did the spot where you talked about earlier, Hack.
Yeah,
with the,
because they were working.
Yeah.
First of all, Nye's not a spotter. You know what I'm saying? And Bailey can work with the greatest freaking Japanese people on the planet. You know what I mean? So it has to be a certain style.
they did the spot where Nia did the bonsai drop, and that only got a 2 count. And then this is.
Oh wait, are you talking about the flip on top of Bailey?
No, I'm talking
What's
about
the
what
one?
she has her in the ropes.
Yokozuna.
The Yokozuna move, where she like sits on her, and that was a 2 count. And one of my least favorite things in the business right now, I don't know how you guys feel about this, is
Kicking out of that and pushing Nia?
no, not her kicking out so much. Nia's reaction afterwards with the shocked face. I'm so tired of people after they don't get a victory, or somebody kicks out, that they look in their hands and they do this surprised face. It's so overdone. I'm tired. Like, go back on offense. Do something else at that point. Don't just stare at the referee. Stare at a shocked. Like, I'm tired. They do that. The spot.
It is a thing right now.
They do the spot way too much. I'm fine if you do it every once in a while, but it's just overdone.
I agree it's overdone with you, and it's all time and place.
Right.
And it's like all within the match. Like, how hard was the match for you? Or like, how deep is the story? How bad, like, do you show that you want it? It's all
I think
like,
you were like 5 minutes in at this point.
Yeah, it's like it comes out in an hour-long match like you'd have with an MJF or a Will Ospreay.
Fine with it then.
Not a 12-minute, 33-second match.
Yeah.
How important is the false?
How protected is the finish? Yeah.
Right. How important is the false? Like, you can get a false and be like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? But, like, you got to feel that moment. You got to know that false is that you had everybody in the building.
Right.
That's when you bring out that face.
Right.
Is when you had everybody in the building on that false.
Right. And I'm fine with it then. And like,
Right. And
everything is time and place.
But you are right. It is like, I don't know, phenomenon's not the right word, but it is going around like way overused.
How do you feel about the spot, Hack?
All right, you have to understand something. I have this as one of my like closing notes, but did you guys notice how often they let people talk about their angle in the ring as they were there? The mics were on the whole time. Like all the talk between Punk and Drew, right? All the talk between Mommy and the other girl.
Yeah.
Nia and her.
Yes,
it's
because
becoming more theatrical because they're letting you do your promo right there in the ring instead of backstage.
Yeah, yes, you're correct, but I feel like
Thanks.
Well, this is where I bury you.
I knew it was coming. Curses.
No, I think they do it in the stadium shows. So the people far, far away who are watching the monitors can read the lips and see what's going on the monitors. If that makes sense, you know what I'm saying. Like the WrestleMania people who are in the 400.
It makes it more personable if you're 83 yards away from the ring.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like they do that more in like the WrestleManias, the SummerSlams, the other one. You know what I'm saying?
I see on Raw and stuff too now.
Yeah.
They used to just like have like, all right, the heels will be outside going, the baby faces are standing on the second rope, like looking at him. You know what I mean? There's a little bit more verbal banter that you can hear between the athletes.
How did you feel about some of the build for this show being, for this match specifically, about Nia is saying, I guess Bailey was saying that she's not safe in the ring, and like saying that to Nia, it's like kind of like work shoot kind of shit. I don't really like that. Like, I don't know.
Well,
it's kind of, as long as you play
We went through a list. I happened to be reading an article here like yesterday, the day before, and I'm like, has Nia really hurt all these women?
It was
like,
it was like 10.
The whole
10 instances.
The whole man thing from Becky Lynch started because Nia broke her nose.
Okay.
Yeah, they just happened to luck into it.
Becky should be paying her.
She should be. Without
Literally.
I mean, I'm sure
Becky's
she's
over huge.
Yeah.
Well,
Where's she at?
No, that saved Becky Lynch's career in WWE.
Becky-
basically.
Becky
Good for her.
might. I don't know. She's not signed, and she might be
She's
retired.
on the sideline, just real quick. Flair's on the sideline. Is there anybody else now that's out there that...
Asuka's hurt.
Asuka's hurt as well.
Okay.
This is why I'm saying
anyway,
it's the perfect time to put it on Nia.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
And it can
well-
stay there and have no
Well,
problems with it staying
let's get to
there.
the finish too, because you had Tiffany Stratton running out doing the fake cash in,
it. That part.
and it was kind of distracting. And then Nia ends up taking her out, sets up another bonsai drop. It was the third one.
That was the shits to set up into the corner.
Yeah,
It was horrible.
It was the third one. It finished, and that was the match there. And I guess what they're going to do is have, Tiffany, Nia as like a little like underling, and then like kind of build up some mistrust between them for whenever Tiffany's
The
eventually
Mariah May, Tony Storm.
exactly
angle.
And
Yeah.
when is she going to cash in on Nia? Because I think that's where they're going to go with it. Obviously,
Well, it'll be Tiffy and Bailey to start because Tiffy kind of cost in quotes Bailey or whatever, like that'll be that, and then like you said, the Mariah May Tony Storm angle, same exact thing.
yeah. Overall for a match though,
Wait, hold on.
okay, you
I got a huge fucking point right here.
All right, let's hear it, bro.
Why in the hell does Bailey? All right, I got the running senton thing that she squashed Bailey with. The one where she hit the ropes, flipped
Yeah.
on her, freaking squashed
That's
her.
what she does.
But then but Bailey, why would you go for a side slam? Her vertical leap is like 4 inches. You know what I'm saying? Why would you
What
go
does the
for a
side
side
slam have to
slam
do
on
with-
Nia? Because it
Oh,
looks
like
like
getting
shit.
You're talking about Nia's vertical getting
Yeah.
up for it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's
I'm like, seriously?
I think it's more of the
It's in her repertoire. I don't know.
thought process of that because she does give her the power bomb later, so it's like
And which was horrible too. And the belly to belly.
Why was it so horrible about it?
Because of
looked like a struggle.
No more than like 3.5 feet.
Well, she got her off the
That
rope.
one
gave
where
her a
she got
power
him off
bomb.
for the
Yeah,
top
she got her
rope.
off the
Yeah,
top.
yeah,
I liked it. She walked her
Yeah,
a
but
little
that's
bit.
the setup. The
Well, that's
other
what
ones
I'm-
were horrible.
That's what I'm
belly to belly. No, you don't do that to that person. That's like me trying to belly the Big Show. Seriously, it really is.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Protect
How do you,
the
I don't know how you don't get it, Ty. You're like shaking your head.
protect the Giants is what you're saying, Hack. A little bit.
No, don't make yourself look weak.
Oh, okay, all right.
no, you're making that person look strong. If you can't get her up, then you can't get her up. You're making her look big, and then that's why the power bomb, when you do actually get her up, looks that good.
I know it. I kind of see
Yes.
both sides here, actually. Overall, though, for
No, well, you're an idiot, dude. Because she looks weak doing those
no,
spots.
but
to
I see
Nia.
what Ty's saying is this person's so heavy and so big
She's
that they
failing.
can only get them
So
up
why
for
are
that.
you smart enough to not even try that spot?
Because you could still get it on them.
But they look like straight shit.
That's not the point.
Yeah, I'm
I'm talking about the thought process behind
I
trying
think
it.
Bailey should know better.
Okay. Overall, for a star rating, Ollie, what are you going to give the match?
2.
Yeah, I think I'm at 2 as well.
I'm 3 easy.
3 easy. Okay.
Yeah.
Ty?
Yeah, 2.5.
And I think, like, for most of these matches, did the right person win? I think the right person won here tonight,
and
too.
I think I went 2.5 just because I feel like the right person won because I feel like Nia was in the LA Knight situation.
Yeah.
Like, if she don't win this,
It's kind of what are you doing next?
Right,
You're dead in the water.
Right, you've been there how many times, and you're not the champ.
Right.
Like, where are you
I
just going
think
to be
it's
the
been
champ?
that
Like,
situation for a good little while.
well,
pertaining
yeah.
to her, and
yes,
it's like
but then she was going. She either
She
got
was gone
fired
for a
or
while.
she was gone
because
for a while and then came back, and then
because like I don't really think people necessarily really care about her like being champion, which is
No,
why I
but
think
she's
it's a great time.
no, but
for
she's
it.
pushed like people should care. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Yeah.
like. That's why it's like, yo, shit or get off the pot.
Right. I mean, look, she won the Queen of the Ring. She wins this now. You're going to do this storyline with Tiffany Stratton with the Money in the Bank. It just makes sense. It's part of their logical booking. And again, I think the right person went over here. So I'd have to say.
Did you just say that's part of their logical booking?
Yeah, I think they've been booking more logically. You could see where things are going. You could see kind of the direction of things over the last, since Triple H has kind of taken over. You can kind of I could tell you where I think things are going. We're pretty much spot on usually when we talk about that because you kind of.
I mean, all of our predictions were pretty much right.
Yeah, because you can
So
kind of you can kind of see where it's going.
Least shocking thing ever.
Up next on the show, this was the match I was most anticipating, and it certainly disappointed me the most. CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. I thought that going in, this was like the main event of the show, whether or not it was actually going to main event. This was the match I was most anticipating to watch. And I don't know, for whatever reason, this match, I know, Ty, you were saying it earlier, where like they've been introducing like story stuff, and it's like, I didn't need the friendship
This was all
bracelet.
an angle show. It
It was totally an angle show, absolutely.
Yeah, that's exactly what it
Yeah,
was.
Yeah.
listen, I love storytelling in the business, but this whole match, like, it just...
It wasn't it, to me.
No,
at least.
it was just too much of him and Seth. Like,
you didn't
CM
need-
Punk and Seth, like...
I was texting you on Saturday. I was like, you didn't need Seth at all in this match or in this program right now. If you want to layer in Seth later on, fine with it. But
He didn't need to be the ref.
No, not at all. He distracted everything from the match. His outfit, the camera thing,
His crazy Sabu pants, as Punk said.
Yeah, it's crazy Sabu pants, as Punk said.
Those pants were the greatest thing ever.
They were
Michael Jackson, I could see moonwalking with those pants.
They were easily the best part of the match, I think. Seth Rollins' pants.
Yeah, it was just too...
And the friendship bracelet. This guy has
I know,
screwed
it's
you
like, will
over.
you fucking give me a break with this chip bracelet shit?
Yeah, we don't need the friendship bracelet thing, man. Like, here's the thing.
It's like, God,
Dude,
man.
when he went up and I called it, I said, Punk's going to see Seth wearing the bracelet and stop. When that happened, I'm like, dude, give me it. Like,
No, we just didn't need it. This
come on,
angle
man.
This angle didn't need it, and this program didn't need that, and this storyline didn't need it.
So Drew should have snapped that bracelet a long time ago.
Like weeks ago.
Yeah.
And thrown it away.
No, dude, I was begging for it to break while they were like
Would've been
putting it
great.
on and off, and it would be all. Oh, I would have loved to see how they played around that. You know
I mean,
what I
it's
mean?
like, look, it
It's
is
horrible.
It is a
It's a
genuine.
1970s angle.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's not what this program needed, and I think it really weakened it actually because like Drew McIntyre is doing arguably the best promo work of his career. CM Punk is finally getting in the ring again, not having a match on TV for over 10 years in WWE as a singles match, and this is what you delivered him. Talking about his work, I thought he brought it early in the match, but he didn't really do a whole lot, and he started to look a little winded. Hack, how did you feel about like his timing and everything in the match, not wrestling for a while?
Who are we talking about?
Punk.
Well, dude, how much did they really do?
They didn't do a whole lot.
Right.
Do you
what I'm
think that was
saying?
intentionally, like, not wanting to blow him
I
up?
don't know. I think Ollie might have said the smartest thing tonight. Is that it was an angle show.
Yeah, it totally
You know,
was.
and that was an angle match. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? There was not a lot of spots going on and stuff. Nice and slow. Boom, boom, boom.
I just wasn't, like, I don't know. It just didn't do it for me, and I'm a big CM Punk fan as a his work. I'm always a fan usually of his work. And
if they were building it up, it's like Punk and McIntyre can't wait to get their hands on each other, but every 5 minutes you two are looking at Seth to do whatever or for whatever, and it's just like,
go
it
after
should just
him.
be these two beating the shit out of each other.
I would have been perfectly fine if they just did like a chaotic, wild brawl and it ends in a no contest. Because these dudes hate each other so much.
They built
that-
the story up so big, and the ending was a total flop.
Total flop. And Hack, I want to ask you about the politics here. How much do you think this is WWE testing Punk? Okay, it's your first match back. You're going to do business. You're going to do the honors.
Different company.
I know, but do you think they're like, you haven't worked for us in this long, we're going to test you to see if you behave?
Well, and I don't even know, like, thinking about booking wise, that he should have won the match.
No, booking-wise, I don't think he should have.
You know what I'm saying? So then I can't really say anything about where they're going.
No,
with
you
it.
can't come
No,
off
because
however long you're off of injury and beat Drew McIntyre.
No, it doesn't make sense.
Not to mention
Yeah.
after how many times McIntyre's been screwed.
Right, McIntyre would have been dead in the water if he lost.
Right,
this.
that's right.
We're talking about looking like chumps.
Right,
McIntyre would have went into hiding.
Yeah, he would have looked like the biggest chump in wrestling. Like,
Yeah, literally,
honestly.
like done. So yeah,
But I don't think that for any reason whatsoever it had anything to do with Punk's conditioning or anything like that. That kid could go.
Yeah, no,
You know what I mean?
he totally
Unless it was an
can.
injury. No, that kid could go in hell with anybody.
But I was just saying, for the politics, like, do you think they were testing him, like, to see, like, hey, man, Punk, you're going to be
Different
losing at SummerSlam. Like, how do you feel about that?
Well, is Hunter? Then that's Hunter testing him.
I think that's what I'm asking.
In my eyes, I think Punk would have wanted it that way.
True.
I think he would have thought that was like best for business.
Yeah,
Drew
all
going
you
over,
have
and
to do is go down after that. You know what I'm saying?
like Punk, that loss doesn't hurt CM Punk.
No,
like
not
the
at
fans.
all. No, not at all.
So it's and he knows that.
It would have hurt Drew McIntyre.
Exactly, and he knows that, and he knows that the WWE needs people like Drew. Like they need people that the fans are invested in. It's not just like, oh, we have Cena and we have the Undertaker here, and it's not like that anymore.
No.
So you need other people for the fans to be invested in.
You do. No, you absolutely do. And this drags it out a little bit. You could probably build up. I know they have a Hell in a Cell show in October. I think that's where this feud probably culminates in. And I think maybe Punk gets the win back there. That's just my
That would
guess.
be a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's kind of my guess of where they're going with it. But what did you guys give for the match here? Because to me, this is like a 2. I did not care for this really.
1.
Yeah. Ollie.
2.
Hack.
I didn't hate it.
You liked it. Yeah.
Well, dude, it's so, I don't know, to me it's so, I want to see a storyline. I'm tired of watching AEW in 8,000 spots.
But-
give me something different.
You just
And
said
I
you
can
didn't like the
appreciate-
storyline, though.
It doesn't matter whether I like it or not. It's the fact is that there is a storyline.
So bad story is better than just no story, and
No,
Or is it just the fact of the bracelet story?
Well, no, that's like the most horrible thing ever.
yeah, I didn't care for that at all. Like to me, that you have these two guys who have literally been hating on each other for 7 months, and now they're arguing over a
And it's
friendship
like, just
bracelet.
make another bracelet.
Yeah. I'm sure that fan who gave you that bracelet would be glad
Right.
to make you another one, man. Like,
Get another burrito.
Oh wait, that came from a fan?
Yeah, that came from a fan that gave it to him.
Oh, it's even way worse now.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
That came from a fan.
Yes, an
It's
actual
not
fan.
like
thought the
AJ
kid
Lee
made
made
it
it.
for
It's
him.
not like AJ Lee made it for him or
No.
whatever.
Yeah, I
It's
thought
like
his kid made it for him.
No,
So-
it's
No,
a-
it's
a
for
fan-
his stupid-looking dog and his
I know
wife,
his
AJ.
ugly dog.
Yeah, whatever. McIntyre
Yo, sorry,
said,
man.
yeah.
Not every dog is beautiful. That dog is Larry's
But
pretty
no, I
ugly.
want to see some. I would love to really see half-ass AEW, half-ass WWE.
Yeah, I would like to see them.
Because there's WWE. It's like I can't watch it live because there's just too many commercials. You know what I mean? In a 2-hour show, what is there? 24 minutes.
There's too many commercials
of,
in all the
like,
shows.
And probably a half hour of wrestling.
Yeah,
Right.
there's too many commercials in all the shows.
Yeah, I
but
can't do that.
yeah, this match didn't do it for me, and whatever. Up next on the show was Damian Priest and Gunther. So this was Damian Priest defending his World Heavyweight title up against Gunther. I really actually liked this match. I think it was my favorite Damian Priest.
I didn't hate it.
Yeah, I think this is my favorite Damian Priest title defense that he had with the belt. And
Gunther's pretty good though too.
Gunther is really
You know what I'm
good,
saying? There's
but-
a reason he's in his
He
position.
could be better at selling, but other than that,
I really liked it, and one of the things I liked about this match was the urgency that Priest came out early in this match with. Like he went for a choke slam right away. He went for a lot of stuff right away when they got out into it, and I really enjoyed this work. I mean, they beat the hell out of each other. Gunther's chest was broken open.
yeah,
and-
Priest was chopping the hell out of him.
dude, he was laying it in on him, and I know it's
Because
Gunther.
Gunther lays it in.
Yeah,
So he's like,
yeah.
well, fuck you, dude. I'm going to get you.
Everybody lays it in, dude. It's a pay-per-view. You ain't pulling shit.
Yeah, no,
You're hitting the guy.
No, it's just like you
absolutely hard as
haven't
you
really
can.
seen like Damian Priest like really
Light somebody up.
Yeah, like light
He's
someone
not
up
the
like
guy that'll do that
exactly.
in the corner.
Yeah,
You're right.
exactly. So it's like it was a little surprising.
He's like, well, I hurt my hand.
oh, dude,
I'll
he
give you
lit
an
him
elbow.
up. Yeah.
I'll give you a Nash elbow and a Nash heel.
Yeah, I thought the work was really, really good. Gunther was putting the beat down on him, and then out came Finn Balor. And once Balor came out, I was like, oh, this is an angle alert. Like you said, it's an angle show, and this was...
I'm the only one in the building that didn't say it.
How could you not see it once he
Because
came
I
out
didn't
there?
think they were going to blow up that whole situation in one night and then bring in the other, what's his name's people.
Yeah.
Like making a whole new faction. It's like that faction done, forget about him. Here we go.
So how did
Here's
you guys
Bray
feel, and how did you feel about the execution of the turn where he puts the foot on the ropes after the Razor's Edge, and then Baylor, the crowd saw him do it, and then
The roll. It was the 3 rolls of his body to get him over there. Are you talking about when Baylor...
Priest laid him out and then pushed him like 3 times close to the ropes.
He did,
And then rolled him.
It's like just land the move next to the ropes and then go for the cover.
Yeah, but I want to say, like, where Priest looks at the video board and then sees that he turned. How did you
That
feel
was
about?
good.
How did you feel about that? Because I actually like that too. Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Hack getting.
I was just thoroughly disillusioned at that point. I was. I can't believe that whole faction was blown up in one night.
The only thing that I didn't like is after the false, Priest running over and grabbing Finn.
After the roll up, he almost had another roll
After
up.
the false,
why?
he
You're in a
goes
fight,
over
dude.
and grabs
Because he's
Finn.
so angry at this guy turning on
I
him.
know, but dude, you're not going for the roll up
It's
and
like
then going
Punk
right up
stopping to get the bracelet.
and
Yeah.
then running right over and grabbing him out of the thing. Like
It pretty much
that's
is
the
like
only thing I didn't
stop
really
with
like.
the bracelet. It really is.
Yeah,
It's like Ray Dom in the chair. It's
Yeah.
I mean, it's
like,
hard to come up with
if
some
you
new shit.
if you do like a big false and like Gunther's down, I could see Priest like going outside the ring and like chasing Finn outside the ring. But like,
Yeah.
dude, you do a roll up, it's like 1, 2, and then he was like,
Yeah.
and like went right and like grabbed him by the neck, and Gunther's like, dude, what are you doing?
Oh, yeah, that's my own
Literally
spot.
like,
Dude,
I'm right here.
the only thing I wrote about the match is I hate the finish.
Yeah, like
That was the only thing I
that.
wrote.
Powerbomb and then the sleeper. Yeah, I don't know. And distraction.
I liked how he didn't go out at first, and then like he kind of had to give him like another one, which that I liked out of the multiple finishes, not just the finisher. Like that he actually did something to it, but no, when Priest went out and like grabbed Finn by the, I'm like, dude. What? You just did like a fucking roll up. Like Gunther's literally
Got a bigger problem on your hands.
I think overall though, like you pulled the trigger with Gunther, you put the belt on him.
Yeah.
Going into Bash of Berlin like I thought he
And
would.
yeah.
Josh, I gotta give you credit. I mean, you pretty much called that from a little while ago. Gunther.
I did see the
Getting
push for
distracted.
him, man, because it's like once he lost the IC, I was like, well, what's next for him? I originally thought he was
But
going to
even
be.
before that, you
I
were
thought he
like,
was going to
yo,
be.
he's-
I thought he was going to be an opponent for Cody during this time period of the summertime, but they
Right.
went with Solo instead. And look, I think Gunther. I'm telling you right now, I think Gunther and Cena at Mania. I'm telling you right now. That's my prediction. I'm sticking to
And
it.
who goes over?
Cena goes over at Mania, beats Gunther. That's my prediction.
America, dude.
Yeah, America, dude. Yeah, that's my prediction.
I think my problem is I know Gunther's a really good worker, but every time I see him, I'm like looking at Baron von Raschke from like the 1970s. Like, you know, that German dude that loved Hitler and
You
stuff
don't
like
love the
that.
stereotypes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Well,
Yeah.
that and
It's like
well, he's
that.
a great
I love
old
him much
school.
better as a badass biker.
He's a
He's a great old school heel.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
Oliver's,
as a way it can work, that style.
but to Oliver's point,
Some Fit
like
Finley trained him or something.
saying
He's amazing. He's
to
a great
Oliver's
wrestler.
point, saying that he wished Gunther was a better seller. I think Gunther has a little bit of trouble working with guys his same size. He's so used to working with guys smaller than him. So that's one thing that not like everybody's his fucking size, but when you get to that point, you're going to be working, dude, like the big whatever. So does I think have to work on that because I noticed the same thing that he's talking
Like his
about.
selling doesn't look natural. It just looks like
Because he's not used to being.
He's always down, like working to his opponent's level, which I tell people all the time, dude. Stand as tall as you possibly can in the
Well,
ring.
he's so
you know what I
used
mean?
to being the big brute beating on smaller guys.
How tall do you think he is?
I want to say 6'4".
I would say 6'4".
All right, is he taller or shorter than Drew
with
McIntyre?
lifters or without lifters?
Well, you
I know,
walking
because
in the airport.
You've told me before you and Drew Mack are the same height.
which is a
6'3".
total lie. Which is a lie.
total
Okay,
lie.
so I
It's a
think
lie.
What's a lie?
It's a ruse, a myth, a fairy tale.
dwarfs you.
it never happened.
Heck, I dwarf you and McIntyre dwarfs me.
How do you know that?
I think
I've
When
been
was
in
the last
locker room
time
with
you were
him.
next to him?
6'4", 6'5".
1986.
All right. Anyway, what do you guys give this match? I think this is a match of the show.
Dude, why would I lie about walking in there? By now, I was walking for 30 yards, didn't even even know it was him.
I don't
look over for like 3 steps.
I don't think it's a lie by choice. I just think you're just completely wrong.
What do you guys give a star? I think this is the best match on the show. I'm going 3.5 stars.
So Gunther
3.5.
6.
I'm giving 3.5.
No.
3.5? Okay.
I think Gunther's probably around 6'4", 6'3".
What match are we doing here?
Gunther and Drew Mack, how many stars? I went 3.5.
No, it's Gunther and Priest.
I'm sorry. I messed up there. You got
No, I
to
don't even care.
discombobulate.
Don't we use?
You're not doing a star rating for this
Nope.
match because you're salty about how
you're a
tall you are?
Yep.
Because you wear lifters in the airport so you look taller?
That's it.
Okay.
Done. Dude, I'm getting lifters for airports from here on out.
Yeah, we know.
Randy's gonna be like, you've grown.
It's not going to matter when you're
you
getting.
still tippy-toeing in every picture you take, you loser.
I do.
It's not going to matter when you're getting pushed to the gate in a wheelchair. You're going to need ass lifters. Freddie, push me. Freddie, forward, march.
Listen, lady. That's me and Karina going through the Baltimore airport back in the day.
Up next on the show, this was the Awesome Truth coming out to tell us the attendance number. But then Austin Theory and Waller came out and they started to rip on him. They called him the Rock and Roll Express, which I thought was funny. And then out over the guardrail was Jelly Roll. What did you guys think about the choke slam that he hit?
Austin Theory
Made
gave
it
the
look like-
greatest hop ever.
He did. I want to see a Jelly Roll and Big Sal at WrestleMania. I would love to see that.
I'm surprised.
That's my dream.
I'm
Do
actually,
a double choke slam.
I'm actually surprised Hack didn't say, I thought that was you, Tosh, that went in the ring.
I don't have any
No,
tattoos.
he doesn't have the tattoos
Yeah.
on his face.
Yeah, I don't have any
said
tattoos.
something. Or whatever. But actually, I did know who the guy. Actually, like the other guy that handed the brass knuckles to
MGK.
what's I have
Machine
no
Gun
idea who
Kelly.
any of them were. But I actually knew who that guy was for some reason.
Who is he?
You know,
I don't know, but I knew he's a rapper kind of like dude.
he's a singer. He's a
Yeah,
country,
he's like a
country.
country-
western
he's actually
singer.
a country
He
singer.
raps
The white
too.
dude,
Does he rap
the other
too?
white
Yeah.
dude's actually the rapper, but
Yeah, the MGK.
Yeah, but I knew
don't like
he was
him
somebody.
Jelly Roll's a rapper.
either. Okay, yeah, he's really super popular.
He does a lot of country now, but he started out rapping.
he's runtry.
He's runtry. Okay,
Yeah.
but no, it got a big reaction. It was a cool choke slam. I thought,
Dude, the theory jump.
Dude
I mean,
got up like
Dude, he
freaking
can sell his
9
ass
feet
off.
here.
Like,
can.
one thing he
Yeah.
really can do is he can sell his ass off.
he
Like, I'll
made-
give the
dude,
kid
he
that.
made that look like $1,000.
he really did. Up next on the show, this was the main event. It was the WWE World Title match between Cody Rhodes and Solo Sikoa.
Oh, the no disqualification match? Because that's what it had to be, right?
It was Bloodline Rules. Cody accepted the night before on SmackDown.
Ooh, in your face.
was
Tom.
I don't say that. You didn't know
Yeah,
that.
it was
Bloodline rules,
Yeah, we're gonna have a Bloodline Rules match here
Why would
tonight.
Cody agree to that?
Because he's so badass, Hack. He's not afraid of anything. I
He's
don't
the
know.
champ.
Yeah, he's the
Am I
champion.
the only one
He's
that thinks his Cody title reign's been a total flop?
well, like for me at least.
Dude,
it-
you're preaching to the choir. I
Like-
like, dude.
okay.
Him winning the title was so.
okay. Whether or not it's a flop, like creatively for me, and like, am I enjoying it? No, not really. Does he have really good matches? The Styles matches
Why
were
put the
okay.
heavyweight belt on him and then stick him in like factions
Well, he's-
against a faction?
because he's still been feuding with this bloodline stuff. It's like
I know, but
Hey,
you
let-
can't put him against a faction and then have him beat every single one of them in the faction in a match.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
My issue with this too, Hack, was that like, okay, you're doing this thing where it's Bloodline Rules, and you do this whole big entrance with Arn Anderson there, and he's walking through the whole building before he comes out, and it takes 20 minutes for him to get to the ring, and then the match goes like
He's coming with his stupid dog.
his dog and like like all that stuff, right? And then you're doing
Hey, that's his rescue animal or whatever it is.
yeah, it is
Makes him
something
feel
like that.
Take
Anyway,
a seat, Barfy.
I want one.
we'll have to get you one. It's a great idea. Anyway, the match. The problem with the match and these kind of matches that they've done, it's like, you know, the finish isn't coming until after all of the run-ins have taken place. So you can kind of just almost tune out of anything they're doing. Like none of the falses.
why would you-
There's no suspense.
Right,
You can't
because
do a false finish beforehand.
I know that, like, okay, this match is not ending at least until Jacob Fatu comes out.
It doesn't start until the interference.
Right. Which at that point you're like, wait a minute. I don't know, man. The suspense of this match. You tune out because you know it doesn't start until then.
It honestly kind of was the same thing at WrestleMania. With him and Roman, you know what I'm saying?
Kind of was.
I really didn't fucking start paying attention until.
I mean, I did because I was in the building, and it was the heat in the building was there for that match.
I'm watching, but I'm not. I'm like, okay,
but
when's the?
It's very similar to that,
right.
And it's like, if you're not doing that within like a shorter match, I don't think you need to go 30 if you're doing a match like this with the run-ins and the waves. Because I look at like you and Raven Hack, where you do waves of interference. And you do the layers, and that's what the booking reminds me of a lot of times is Raven matches, where it's a lot of smoke and mirrors.
Dude, we ain't doing 30 minutes.
Right, you're doing 12.
Right.
You're doing 11.
We get it all in quick.
Right, and I think this should have been 12 or 11. You do it all.
And it's not
a little
like,
close.
No, but it's
Maybe 15.
That's
I'd say
not-
20. You could have cut 10 minutes off.
You could have cut 10 minutes off of it.
The only time I think that's fine is if they've never touched. You can go longer before the interference, as if they've never touched.
But these
they've
guys have
touched
worked
so
before.
much that anything that happens in that first 15 minutes before the interference doesn't mean a
It's
single
negligible.
thing. Because
Right.
you've seen it for the first 5-6 weeks, whatever,
Right.
beforehand. But if they've never touched, you can get away with those two getting at it. You
you've
can,
Cody's beaten him
Solo.
before.
You've seen Solo give him the Samoan spike 6 times already before it's ever.
so it's like, okay, that's a great point, Tosh. Like you said, it's like you can't even start paying attention until the interference.
you
Like
can't.
it's useless.
And it's like, to me, it's like, okay, this is SummerSlam. This is your number 2. I mean, maybe Rumble's actually number 2, but this is your...
I would say Rumble's 2. This is probably 3.
Okay, so it's your third biggest
me,
show of the year. Okay? Well, you're making that face. It's your third biggest show of the year.
Well, no, my face was just more like computing it.
Okay.
Like,
WrestleMania, Royal
Rumble,
Rumble,
I would
SummerSlam.
say-
Survivor Series.
I would say
SummerSlam's bigger than Survivor Series.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah.
I would say 15 years ago,
SummerSlam was 2.
SummerSlam was 2.
Okay. It's your second or third biggest pay-per-view of the year. Solo Sikoa, to me, is not at the level of a guy to main event one of your biggest
And
shows of the
all
year.
he's been doing is going downhill. He's been looking weaker and weaker since he got into his position.
I don't
only
know. He
made
had the great angle in Madison Square Garden where they turned on Paul. That was a big angle.
That
But
was him and 4 other dudes.
But it still was big. To me, like you said, Ollie, it was more about the angle on the angles on this show. And this match main evented because it was all about the angle at the end with Roman.
Maybe to me, it's that
that's what
nobody believes that. I don't think anybody believes that he's the fucking head of the table.
No one does.
That.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You guys feel that way too?
Yeah, I don't think he has
Like, do
credibility.
you think fans feel that way?
Yes, 100%.
Oh, all right.
I think
That's why everybody knew Solo was losing.
think-
There's not
yeah.
a single person in the entire building and the entire planet that thought Cody was losing that match.
No.
So is it Cody Roman WrestleMania?
It's
so let's
probably
hold on.
going to be.
So what I think we're going to get in the fall, and I think we're going to get a Bloodline versus Bloodline.
In Survivor Series?
I think it's Survivor Series we're going to get in the War Games. This is my just prediction.
Okay.
I think we're going to get Roman, the Usos, and Sammy, maybe Cody, versus Solo, Tama, Loa,
Tama-Tonga, Fatu.
and
Then
Fatu.
who's going against Bray Wyatt's faction?
I don't even know who they have.
I know. That's why I'm throwing
Maybe,
it out there.
maybe Judgment Day.
All right, Judgment Day's done.
No, it's not.
Judgment Day is back and bigger than ever now. It's a different
They
version.
got Dom, fucking
Carlito?
Finn, JD, Carlito, and Liv.
Yeah. So they're right back. They just, you 86.
No, they got
Damien-
blown up.
No, they didn't. They're still together.
Dude, Mommy's not there, right?
Right, Mommy's not there, but
Okay,
they're still.
and the dude,
Priest.
what's his name? He's
Bonnie
the
and
priest.
aren't
But
there.
everybody else is still together on the
I know.
other side.
So, but the most over people aren't there. All right, Dom's over, but he's over in a different kind of way. It's over. Finn Balor and the other guy are nobodies.
No, well, you just said who are the Wyatts facing. I just threw out a heel group.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm spitballing. I have no idea, honestly. But back to this, though. I think that's the direction. And you said for WrestleMania, I think they're going to do Cody and Roman teaming as a babyface tag team at some point, too. Like, to me, that's going to be big. I think those two teaming
Do
together.
turn on Monday night, the week before WrestleMania, something
Do we
like
get
that.
it again, a third straight WrestleMania, Cody and Roman? I'm going to say no.
You have to keep Cody out of these, like, group matches.
It's got and then you got to think that Roman takes on Solo.
You do have Survivor Series coming up.
Roman's got to take on Solo at one point. You would think
Solo.
Is that at the Rumble or is that at Mania? Do you delay this
I
until
don't know,
Mania?
but then I think The Rock saves Solo, and then you have a Roman Rock.
You have to go Roman Rock at some point.
God, that would be huge.
Okay, so okay,
whatever.
That's showing up to Tokyo Egg Dome.
That's okay, Ty. I like that because, The Rock's doing this character as the final boss, and Roman is saying he's the head of the table. Well, The Rock and Roman have to be on a collision course. You have to get through. You have to do Rock and Cody because Rock pinned Cody at Mania last year. You have to do Rock and Cody.
When?
I think at Mania this year.
One of them's got to be Royal Rumble. One of them's, or they're going to do the double night bullshit where one of them. I don't know.
I can't see The Rock working two straight nights.
Neither.
I can.
Well, maybe now after he might have been training more now, like a year into whatever.
But to me, the two straight nights would be WrestleMania and then Monday Night Raw.
So
that would be. I can see.
You don't put that on Raw. It's too big. It's too big.
All right,
it's only a Mania. The Rock can only wrestle at Mania.
So
it's
Roman's supposed to show up tomorrow night at SmackDown, right?
Right.
When does what? I want Roman to come out by himself.
No Paul.
No, Paul. Well, Paul's going. You know what I'm saying? I want Roman to come to the ring by himself. He's going to get the standing O of all standing O's. Pop, 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 whatever.
And what a pop he got.
Oh, huge reaction.
It's going to be like a 5-minute him standing in the ring, like
it was almost as big as my pop.
And then he has the mic and he goes to say something, and then you hear, "Ladies and gentlemen," and so Paul gets his separate.
Oh, he gets
his separate pop.
I like that.
For him, coming because Paul's big enough to where he's earned that separate.
Oh, absolutely.
Pop
Freak, yeah.
From
He's the
Roman.
one
You know what I'm
in.
saying? Because you're just thinking Roman's back.
Yeah.
You're not thinking Paul's back, or Roman starts saying something and then Paul interrupts him.
I like that.
Something like that.
No, that's a great idea.
If he doesn't come back tomorrow night, when does Paul figure into it?
I don't know. What's interesting to me...
Do you assume... I assume Paul's with Roman no matter what.
Yes.
Does everybody on the planet feel the same way?
Yes. Until later down the line, I'm talking 2 years from now, he turns on him.
Yes, but I mean Paul coming back.
You don't do that now.
I feel like if Paul was back, he would have came out with Roman at SummerSlam.
Maybe. I don't know. Because I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Both get revenge on Solo because they put him through the table, so he would have been right next to Roman's side, coming out we're coming to get him. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe he's still selling it. I don't know. What's cool?
Well, Paul's needed some time off too.
He should be kind of still selling it.
Yeah.
Paul's needed some fucking time off too, man. He went longer than Roman.
He did.
You know, he did all of Roman, all of Brock.
Right.
All of Roman.
Long runs.
Then a little bit longer than Roman. Paul probably needed a little
time. He did fucking 60 dates a year.
True.
I'm just saying.
I know, I get it. I couldn't do it right now.
He did
I'd be dead after 5.
Dude, he's done 4 straight title reigns for 10 years straight without time off.
I just think that the coolest, most interesting thing about this is Roman Reigns. They've literally spent 12 or more years trying to get him over to be this super babyface. They finally got him
to the babyface where they wanted him to be.
They have finally gotten him to where they want him to be as this super babyface and it literally took forever. How many failed pushes? How many failed angles? How many of those manias did we watch where it just didn't click? The one with him and Undertaker, the one with him and Triple H. They were putting him down the fans' throats, and fans were rejecting it. And then he finally went heel to have the babyface.
Dude, I was actually just thinking about this earlier when we were rewatching a little bit. When Roman came out, it honestly was the first time I was excited to see Roman Reigns in I couldn't even remember. Literally the first time, because, dude, I'm honest, I was so over the whole Roman
big dog
bloodline, Cody's story. I was so pissed that Cody won that. We didn't get Roman Rock. I was so pissed. And actually, now I like the story now that Roman, like, I fucking hated it when they took away Roman Rock. Now I actually really like it. And dude, when Roman came out, it was the first time I actually was like, yeah, like, Roman!
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, yeah, like, the first time in a very long time.
It's undeniable. He is the, like, you know, Cody's the one making
Big
all
dog.
the towns and everything like that. And Cody's been having a great run since he came back to WWE, like a really historic run. But Roman is the biggest star in the business.
And I think he's going to have a lot easier time talking to now as a babyface.
He's gonna have all the confidence in the world.
Well, and also, too, because he's not going to really have to say that much because everybody's already behind him because they don't want Solo being
And he's
the
not
head
a
of the table.
heel, and he knows he's not a heel. They were just playing him as a heel. Like,
Yeah.
he's not a heel on the mic.
No.
He's just not.
No, but he can be now. He can be the
could be a
badass.
baby, yeah.
He can be the baby face with a
Right.
badass twist to it. And so back to the match though. Overall, man, this went what, like 30 minutes? I mean,
29-13.
It was a long one.
Tosh, you were good at nailing the times.
I just
on
feel
matches,
I know, it's
dude.
like John Ritchie with the balls on the
Yeah,
list.
I just kind of
Literally.
you feel how it matches. Like no, it's just funny. You kind of
No,
like
you
feel
are like every week. He's
It's
like, Ali, what was that? Like 7? I was like,
Alright,
yeah,
dude,
7:32.
it's a total work.
No, it's
He
a
always
shoot.
comes
He's
up
studying
with, like,
cage match
30
stuff.
seconds
I just feel the
difference.
match. Anyway.
I mean, if he gets any closer, it's going to be like, come on,
All right,
seriously,
all
Tosh.
right. You know what? Anyway, the match itself. I did not like this match at all. At all. I would go 2 stars for this match. I feel like it was a replay of Roman and Cody at Mania, and it just like
It's
no
a
thank
replay.
you.
It's a replay of the entire
Yeah.
angle that's been going for 6 months.
No,
Like,
thank you. I'm ready to see
Yeah,
what's
that's
next.
why Ty's so happy to see Roman back into it because
Yeah.
it's just a different component.
Literally, I was like, dude, and I like Roman as a worker. Like,
Yeah, I
he
love
used
Roman.
to piss me. Like,
Somebody is way more over than Solo.
he used to piss me off with the same old shit, but he was always a really good worker. It was just
What do you give the match? I mean, it
2.5.
wasn't, yeah, it wasn't bad. I went 2, but I'm going 2. Hack, what do you... 3? Ty?
Yeah, I'm gonna go 2.5, just based on the fact that
You're an idiot.
Roman came back and Jacob Fatu is awesome.
Oh, Jacob Fatu. So that was interesting.
I know, like, I would rather watch
Oh,
Cody
yeah.
versus him.
Same. Jacob
Jacob
Fatu
Fatu's
could work,
awesome,
dude. He is
You make him
awesome.
head of the table.
Yeah, he should be.
Like, he's way better
Seriously.
worker than Solo is.
He is.
And I understand work rate wasn't the goal of
Right.
the match, but
Fatu is what's his relation to Umaga? Do you know?
I don't.
Because
I'm not
he's
really sure.
more of like the Umaga to
than
me.
Solo
Like,
is.
yeah,
like the enforcer Umaga always
Roman's
was. That, like,
brothers with Umaga. That's
Okay.
Roman's brother.
okay,
Yeah,
but like Fatu's just that
the
crazy
tree
eyes.
has so
like,
many branches. It's like ridiculous.
It really does.
Yeah, I don't
You
even know.
just-
You
no-
just say
nobody
they're
knows.
Samoan.
So when you-
Nobody knows.
Yeah.
I've asked people like the Rock and Roll Express, like guys have been in business forever. I'm like, oh, we talk about that tree, and they're like, seriously, dude, are you kidding me?
Wait,
They're
I have,
Samoan.
I have to
That's
ask
it.
you
There's
guys
like hundreds.
about his splash through the table. Apparently, that was
He's lucky he didn't blow his knee out.
well. No, that was apparently made as a spot to take him out of the match, and he was always supposed to be out of the match. And then he did actually hurt his foot, legitimate a little, or apparent. I don't know.
He did grab his
He
foot
grabbed his
afterwards.
He did when he
knee or
tried to
shin
stand
or
up,
foot or whatever,
but I think a lot of
yeah.
that was selling too. I don't know.
That was a good spot. I mean,
It was a great
Yeah,
spot.
I know, but to me, you know the way the tables explode, dude. I'm not coming. If I'm coming down
kinda
on that
stiffed him.
table, it's not on the angle. I'm cut like. I mean, it's not on the direct like top flop on top of you because the table's not going to break. You want to shred him a little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna
you know
say
what I
on the
mean, with your
diagonal,
body, and then you're not going to get hurt. Because he could easily have blown out a knee because the table really didn't explode at all.
Yeah.
You watch it again.
yeah. Well, it's set to break.
It was like,
It's made.
no, it's not set to break.
Yes, it is because it's
No, it's set to fall apart, not break.
Well, okay. Well, yes, that's what I meant.
yeah, well, that's what you would say to me.
It's put together. It's put together like a puzzle piece.
You would always say that to me.
Overall, though, for a show, I gotta say this was a thumbs down for me. I know it was an angle-heavy show.
Yeah.
yeah, it was underwhelming.
Yeah,
All
underwhelming.
right,
would
what
say.
was worse? This or the WCW
Oh,
thing
this
that
is
we
no
had to
close.
watch?
This is way better. That's night and day. This wasn't like bad, but I'm just like, a little underwhelming. Like there was no real standout match to me.
You kidding me? Steiner sick in the doggone Sting.
Yeah, that was great.
like
Actually, it was way better. That was way better than anything on the show. And yeah, it was awesome.
Well, the show's a positive for me because I see there's new things brewing, and I want to see how they're going to work out. You know what I mean?
It resets the table
for a lot of shit,
right?
Dude. You know, what did they transfer 3 different straps? Was it
3 or 4?
We got
LA Knight,
Women's IC
2, 3, and 4. Yep.
Yeah. Dude,
Yeah.
ever been done before, do you think?
Definitely has been done before.
for sure.
Yeah.
4?
Yes, if
in
not
one
more.
night.
Probably more.
Nah, bullshit.
Loser.
Somebody do a hack check.
We'll find
a
it.
WWE pay-per-view,
They-
4 strap, and no, the tag teams don't count as 2. The tag teams are 1
They've
belt.
definitely done 4 title changes on a show before. In their 40 years of pay-per-view, I guarantee it.
All right.
All right, we'll have to check that one. We'll find that for you. Kevin,
hack check that for me.
we do actually have 2 hack checks from the past couple of weeks,
Yes.
Ali. I know.
I was obviously right then.
Well, listeners have sent in a couple corrections, so guys, always send in some hack checks to us on Twitter or Instagram. If we ever get anything wrong, we like to get the record correct. So, what were the 2 hack checks that we had, Ali?
You said that Cena lost to Austin Theory.
Or no, I said Cena beat Austin Theory.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That one WrestleMania. We were talking about WrestleMania stuff.
I told you were wrong, right?
I was wrong. I'm sorry. Sometimes I mess up.
Wait,
that was the last WrestleMania match that Cena had, right?
Yeah, I think we were talking.
You said
stuff.
Cena beat Austin?
Yeah.
And you were correcting me, I believe.
I was wrong. Yeah, I was. Yeah, sometimes I'm wrong. Okay, so it's okay to be wrong, guys. It's fine.
The next one, we were wondering what Pitbull number 2 passed away from, and it was in fact a fentanyl overdose.
Wow.
Right.
Okay, so that was a listener question sent in last week. About,
Did you get a year on that? What year? Because I didn't even know fentanyl was around.
2003.
Yeah, that's the year Kurt Angle died, I think.
Kurt Angle's alive and well.
No, Kurt Hennig.
Kurt Hennig?
Me and
Okay.
Chavo were talking about it last weekend.
Yes, you're correct.
Yeah, 203, Kurt Hennig.
I believe so.
Because
Yes.
I said Kurt Angle, he's like, Hack, you talked to him today in the building. I'm like,
You saw Kurt Angle. He was next to the Big Show last week when you saw him.
He was, literally.
You tried to kill Kurt Angle today. I hope he's fine.
Somebody hack check that.
Yeah,
Kurt
check
Angle.
that. Kurt, can you get back to us? Are you watching the Olympics, Kurt?
Bet Castellanos homer if that's the case.
Here, tell him the numbers.
Love you, Kurt.
Jesus.
Oh God.
Tell him the Kobe numbers. Go through that real quick.
What?
The
Kobe
basketball
numbers?
Kobe number.
If Team USA wins on Saturday, they'll be winning on the date 8-10-24. Kobe's 2 NBA numbers and his Olympic number 10.
Wow, that's cool. Oh, that's cool.
How
I
does
like
somebody
that.
even come up with
24,
that?
and then his
I don't
Olympic
know.
number being 10.
People
But that
always
is
come
cool,
with,
though.
That is really cool, man.
Brad,
So,
that's going to make it happen.
watch them lose, and then this comes out on Monday.
Oh my God,
All right,
sure.
Benedict Arnold.
Why would you put that into
It was
the
a joke.
universe?
It was a joke.
No.
As
you
long
don't
as you're
joke
not there, you're
We
good,
with
Mr.
Olympic
No-Hitter.
gold.
Okay, we can edit. We can.
seriously.
Yeah, we can.
No,
edit
As
that.
long as you're not
Olympic
flying to
joking.
Paris,
No
we're good.
joke.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. Coming up here, as always, we have some listener questions. Send us in listener questions to sandmanpod@gmail.com. Up first here, Uncle Howard writing in.
Howard?
Uncle Howard here once again, traveling at the speed of light. Hack.
Height 189,000 miles per second, basically.
Okay, that's where.
Just saying.
Mama's wrong again.
All right.
No, I guarantee you I'm right around there.
I think you. I will have to check that one too. Hack.
Get it.
Hack. You aren't shy about your history.
186,000 miles an hour.
You said 189, just saying.
It's 186,000.
You aren't shy about your history with the demonic elixir of the poppy opioids.
Oh, yeah.
Opiates. Did that ever give you or any of your boys crazy bathroom problems?
Yeah, dude, they bind your shit up.
Did anyone ever?
Raven used to have to take enemas at one point. Literally, he would have enemas in his luggage that he would use on the road so to make him be able to shit.
Wow. because he was on so many.
Because he was shooting them. I almost died the night shooting them. Everybody knows the fucking story, but yeah, he would carry enemies with him on the road.
All right, there you go, Uncle Howard. He also asked, did anyone ever disastrously shit in the locker room or even in the ring?
Oh, so many guys have sharded in the ring. I think the first one that actually talked might have been Chris Candido that talked about doing it, and he was wearing white pants too. You know what I mean? There's at least been 10 guys that have told me that they've sharded in the ring.
You never had any close calls?
Yeah, if you take a big backdrop. You know what I'm
shorted
saying?
a few weeks ago in the kitchen. Didn't even know
realize
he did it.
Dude, I did it like 5 minutes ago when I'm trying to kill some time.
Raven's got the enemas fucking. And I am their salvation.
I should take this out of it.
That's a great time.
Dude, that's a straight shoot.
I believe it.
Straight freaking shoot.
All right. Up next here.
It was, all right, just so if anybody, just Google what an enema is. So basically, it's like this plastic.
Can you spell it
it's
for
this
us?
plastic plunger that you stick up your butt, but you got to fill it with like a product first, like whatever the medicine
Isn't that
was.
a
or whatever.
dildo?
Kind of like the girl with the douche. It's kind of the same thing, but one goes up your ass.
Okay.
I mean, I had to get that out.
All right,
because
So
it
you
was
gotta
bothering
pay.
me.
You gotta pay extra for that.
That's what she said.
Up next here is Pat from
Who?
Pat.
Is this a new dude?
No, he's from Leominster, Massachusetts.
Oh yeah, that
This is that movie, Pat, where it's like kind of a tranny.
No,
where
no,
you know-
no.
Oh, you squished my nuts.
It's not,
No,
it's
you know
not
the
like
movie,
SNL,
it's Pat.
the SNL character. Yes, I
Didn't
know.
we fuck with him last time too? Pat, we love you. Please keep sending us shit.
What's up, guys?
Was that his name, Pat?
Yes, Pat.
All right.
His or her.
Love the podcast. Question for Uncle Hack about the WWE Raw episode from July 29th, which we saw the return of Jesse Ventura, who hasn't done anything with the company for years. Does Hack have any thoughts on the body returning to WWE, and has Hack ever had any interactions with Jesse Ventura? I loved him being the heel commentator, teamed up with Gorilla Monsoon, possibly my favorite commentator duo. Thanks. Keep up the fire coming.
Yeah, the first time I met the governor, he decided to take me on his political team because I had known a lot of good people right then, and I raised a lot of money for him. But besides that, no. After he won, we said bye.
Okay, awesome. Question coming from John from Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Hi, Scranton.
What's up?
31 miles away.
What's up, sand people? Love the show. Interesting as always. Hack, have you watched the famous 6'3" Misawa Kawada match? Have either of the Sand Children? Love the show.
Love Masawa, love Makata, but
Kawada.
no, him too.
I've never.
Masawa's
No, I have
the
not.
green pants,
Yes.
dude. That dude's a beast.
It's-
but it'll just drop you on your head 10 times a match.
It's one of the
literally.
greatest matches of all time. You guys got to watch it. We got
That dude will drop you on your head.
maybe we'll do that as a future episode sometime.
I'll have to check that out,
Oh my
yeah.
god, it's just absolutely incredible. It's
He's a
one,
beast.
one of the greatest matches of all time. Thank you for the question, John.
Yeah, we'll get back to you on that one.
Yeah, him too.
Up next, hold on a second. Up next here, I'm gonna try to get this guy's name right. I always botch this
Oh, the
name
Chinese
here.
are going to win another
Oh.
ping pong title.
Okay, wow, we're watching some Olympics here live against Korea here. Up next, Davo.
Oh my God! Could you please do your homework?
I'm sorry, this name's
before we
hard.
get to this point.
Yeah,
I
phonetics,
apologize. I'm sorry.
Somebody
I'll sound it out.
send your name in phonetically.
Dave from Armenia.
All right.
Hello.
Dave.
Wait, so you were
just
going
heard-
Davo?
I got
Tell
you,
me, brother.
Dave.
I'll show you guys it. I can't. I'm just going down here now. It's tough to-
Oh, Dave.
Oh my God! Stop. All right. You know what?
I'm thinking the same freaking
It's just-
thing.
I'm
Is
trying.
this
Dave.
I'm trying to-
Dave.
All right. Anyway,
Connecticut,
we're gonna ask
Dave?
this guy's questions. He's one of our listeners from Armenia. We have listeners all over the globe. You guys are burying me.
Oh, Dave.
All right. I'm
Wait a
going with
minute.
Dave.
No, stop. You're not glossing over this. Who was the original dude? Spell his name.
DAVOSKAFALMAZYA
This is a rip.
And I swear to God, this is the guy's name.
No, it's not, because I counted the vowels.
So, Dave.
And then I'm going with Dave, all right? Anyway, I'm getting to this guy's question. We're putting you, I'm sorry, spell your name out phonetically.
Dude, yeah. So, but you will be Dave from now on,
You are
so
Dave.
don't even bother.
All right.
Just stay the same person.
Hello, Hack and friends. Been watching a lot of Olympics lately. Hack, what sport in Olympics do you think you would be the best at in your prime peak athletical form other than wrestling?
Curling.
No, he said what does he think? Now, I think Hack would say curling, but
Prime
in
Hack.
prime physical
What would you be best at?
high jumper?
He's thinking. Look at him. Look at him.
Because I was no.
No, not your best.
No, but even in my prime, back then I could have thought I could have been, but now I was telling Chava this the other day, because I'm watching it. We're in the bar, like getting dinner and stuff, and there's like 3 different events going on. And he loves the Olympics too, and I go over to him. I'm like, dude, I honestly think I could be goalie for handball.
Handball goalie.
And he looks at me and he goes, probably could. I mean, dude, handball for goalie is a joke.
I don't know. It's tough. It looks tough.
Dude, you stand there and you get hit by the puck. Or you get hit by the ball. But I'm saying I think that could be the only thing in the Olympics that I could have a possibility of doing.
Gotcha. Okay.
But in my day, I would have dominated, dude.
Okay.
Back in the day,
Dude,
I think you could.
I would have been Grant Fuhrer.
I think
That's a bust out right there. Good pull by you, man.
Literally one of the best goalies ever.
I think you could probably dominate the javelin. You probably could have did pretty good at the javelin. You have a decent arm on you.
Underhanded. I can't windmill the javelin.
The handball Hack Fuhrer.
Well, he's got a couple.
Maybe shot put.
This guy's got a couple other things here. What is your favorite Olympic sport?
It's hard, but if I would have to break it down into like a category, it would be the field events that are in track, like the pole vault, the high jump, the discus, the hammer throw, the javelin.
Okay.
That's what I love.
What about winter?
I need it.
I didn't know if you had
Oh no, dude, curling's right there.
Okay.
I know. We love
90
curling.
meter ski jumps right there.
We love curling, dude.
You know what I'm saying?
And then he also said, is there any other sports that you think should be in the Olympics?
Oh no, but I know that there's handball should be out. There's the synchronized swimming should not be a sport. Kayaking should not be a sport. Dude, think about it. To me, it's like, all right, for you to understand the Olympics, it's like run, jump, throw. You know what I'm saying? How many people in the world actually kayaked ever? 0.00001%. You know what I'm saying? There's actually so many.
I don't know. Does anybody else feel like they could get like 6 or 7 of their buddies and like rake in fucking in handball? Like I could just get like 6 or 7 like serious I don't know. I feel like it's not that
They do nothing. I don't understand why guys just don't charge and like go to the net like Embiid did this afternoon.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many steps you're allowed to take. The
I
rules
think
always
it's like
are weird
2,
to me. Yeah.
and you might get one
But
dribble.
nobody
and
ever
then-
bounces though.
No.
Very
That's
rarely.
That's what I'm saying. You get
very
like
little.
you get like one bounce, or you get
Yeah,
like
water
2
polo
steps.
should
but
be gone.
I like water polo.
I don't
That's
know.
cool.
We used to play in gym class, and like I used to rake, but that
All
was,
right, he
I don't
also
know.
says this, Hack. Here, this is his capper here. If cranking your hog to hot blondes was a sport, you would have multiple gold medals. Am I right?
Dude, are you kidding me? I would be on the Mount fucking Rushmore of gold medals. I'd be there with Michael Phelps.
I was gonna say the hackle Phelps of
Cuban
Michael
wrestler?
Phelps,
Cuban
Simone
wrestler?
Biles. She's all in, Joe. She's
Hack would be living in a gold palace.
I mean, like Magic Johnson with the velvet ropes. You don't get in there.
yeah, with the most chafed hands ever.
That was a great question. Sorry for messing up your name, buddy.
He's on a roll, dude.
Send us some questions to
Shaved heads.
to sandmanpod@gmail.com. We will always try to get him on the show. But before we leave, Hack, the cane of the week and the toast of the week.
All right, toast of the week, all the Olympic athletes, obviously. We're literally less
USA.
than 5% of the humans on the planet, but we're winning 2 times more medals than the next freaking best country. That's freaking impressive if you think about it. There's 8 billion people, we're 350 million.
Yeah.
And we dominate shit.
Yeah.
That's pretty freaking cool.
Well, we have the most electricity probably.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, and Bailey's getting it. Sorry for trying to belly the big heavy chick. Horrifying.
We're gonna have to try to recreate that spot here at the show, Hack.
Me and you?
Yeah.
Oh God. Not stupid. I have 911 on standby.
Up next week on the show, we are reviewing ECW. The Doctor is in, a famous show from the ECW arena,
Doctor.
and we will be catching you next week. Like, share, review, and buy that merch. We will talk to you next week.
Peace.
Ain't it foggy outside?